Welcome back to the Mike Method. Today we've got a very special in-between episode. It's a solo one. I'm the guest. So today we're going to talk about the mechanics of being triggered. I learned this methodology from a dear friend of mine, Tana Hemmensley, who I had the pleasure of working with at Virtus for a number of years, as she was a facilitator and executive coach here. And she first taught me the ABC method of being triggered. And to this day, I found it an incredibly powerful tool. One, due to its simplicity, and two, due to its practical application. So let's talk about it. Everyone gets triggered, whether it's by something that happened in your childhood or an experience that happened as an adult. But this thing is said to you, or this situation occurred, and instantly you can feel your face feel flush or tightness in your chest. Maybe your face goes red. But the reality is somehow you have been triggered. And the crazy thing is that as soon as that happens, there is an automatic reaction. It's like we don't even have control over it, whether it's defensiveness, whether it's anger, frustration, but it sort of feels like it just occurs. It's not like it's something that we've had as a choice. And that doesn't always serve us well. The reaction is something that might not be appropriate for the situation, and may have nothing to do with the person that's in front of us or what it is that they said. But to us, we've been triggered. And so this automatic response happens. So the solution to this is actually called ABC. And this is how it works. The A is awareness. So first of all, I have to be aware I've been triggered in this scenario, whether it's by a person's actions or it's by their words. It could be an email they've written to me or text message, but I feel triggered. And I know what that feeling feels like in my body, and I can already feel the automatic response kicking in. Stage 2 is B. So B is take a breath. So instead of reacting in the automatic way, take a breath and realize, okay, I've been triggered. Now, C is make a different choice. Now, the trick here is that you actually have to decide on what the different choice is before you've been triggered. Because in the moment, if you don't have a new way of acting or behaving or responding, you're just going to fall back into your automatic pattern. So in advance, you've got to have decided what my new choice will be. And so now I'm able, after taking a breath, to say, right, when I feel this way, I'm going to choose a different response. So A, I'm aware. B, I take a breath to ground myself. And then C, I'm going to choose a different response than my default reaction. So let's talk about a practical scenario. Let's say that I feel triggered because somebody says, you're always late. And in my mind, I think, well, I'm not always late, but maybe I'm late frequently. And so right away, my automatic response is like, I'm not always late. That's not fair. I've been late before, but it's not something I do every single time that we meet. So that's not great because I've just had this automatic response. And it may be that I've not been late for this person before more than twice. But for me, I'm globalizing it, and because they're saying I'm always late, which makes me feel devalued. It makes me feel like, people, like I don't care about people's time, like I'm not very good at managing my own time. So that's where my default reaction is going to go to defensiveness. So instead, I could say, okay, well, I hear the person saying that. That's the awareness. I'm aware that I'm being triggered by this statement they made. I'm taking a breath, and then my choice already in advance is to say, I really appreciate that you've been patient with me today. Thank you for that. So I ran into a couple of scenarios on the way here, which caused me to be delayed. I really value your time, and I can understand that you've been sitting here waiting for me, and that doesn't feel great to me either. So I just want you to know that. So there, I've been able to take accountability for the fact that I am late. 2, I've sort of diffused the energy that I have around it. And 3, I have honored the relationship I have with that person. So that's a very simple example. You will probably have something that you feel triggered by, and you already know what it is as I'm saying this. So next time it happens, think A, what is my awareness? B, I'm going to take a breath and take a moment. And then C, what choice have I made about how I'm going to respond in the future? And some great choices are, if you're thinking like, what are the range of choices? So one of them is to take responsibility. The other is to ask more questions. So for instance, if somebody said a statement and it triggered me, I could say, could you say more about that? Could you say more about what you mean? And have the person explain it to me. And maybe once they've explained it to me, I no longer feel triggered. Maybe I still do feel triggered, but I've slowed the conversation down and I've given myself an opportunity to make a choice. So anyway, try that out. Let me know how that goes for you. It's a very simple technique, and I'm grateful to Tana Hemsley for teaching me it probably 15 years ago.